Hello Pisces, and welcome to your Soul Guidance with Adriana. I am a clairaudient channel and an intuitive reader, and today we have an astrology for growth reading. This is a reading which is going to look at different energy patterns going on in your life and on your journey right now, what the growth opportunities are, and what you can really take from this so that you can become better and keep improving on your path. This is for those who want growth. So what else do I need to tell you? I will be doing an extended reading if you'd like to do a deeper dive into what comes up in this one. But for right now, so we are drawing the Two of Earth for the card representing you, Pisces. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I'm going to get everything out. All right, so we have Five of Air, Three of Earth, and the Four of Air. Interesting. So there's either the energy of being unaware or the advice of being detached. So we'll get into that a little bit more. Okay, middle three from the Druids. I will show you these cards as I talk about them. For right now, I need to see them visually all in the same kind of place. Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups facing the star. And then we're going to stay in the Druid deck. Okay, Cronus, which is like the Devil, High Priestess, and King of Pentacles. Wow, some strong energy down there. So we start with you, Pisces. You are this Two of Earth, which is all about balance, juggling, and flow. So this is the question, Pisces, how you manage yourself in the middle of all of that flow. But I'm also feeling that this is about keeping your center in the middle of the flow and not getting swept by one side or another. What it feels to me is that you've got some factions that are divided. And, at one point you're flowing over here with this faction, the next you're flowing over here with this faction. And it's not about really going to either side or the other. It's about staying in the middle. And I'm saying faction, this can also be responsibilities or things that you have going on, relationships that you're juggling, projects that you're juggling. But the biggest thing that I feel with this energy for you, Pisces, is that energy of split, that there are just two things that don't want to be reconciled, and you're kind of caught going back and forth between them. And that brings us to our first line of inquiry. With all that air, Four of Air, Three of Earth, and Five of Air. So we're out of sequence in a way. You see what I mean? 5, 3, 4 instead of 3, 4, 5. And we started with the 2. So we're out of order. And this has a big significance to me because something is not following the way it should. Something is not flowing the way it should. And really, what's blocking us is the Five of Air here. So if that wasn't here, we'd have 2, 3, 4. And that makes sense to me. So this Five of Air is that a wrong has been done, that something has happened at the expense of, I want to say, a party that really had nothing to do with it. So something has happened at someone's expense, and that selfish energy is blocking any steps forward that you might take to reconcile and work that energy back together. There has been this Five of Air has caused a division, has caused a separation. And what's going on with that Five of Air? And Pisces, I feel like this is happening outside you. It's not you're involved in this, but it's not you. I can't say that this is you. I feel like this is someone else. What is the point of the Five of Air? The Five of Air has, there's been a line drawn in the sand, and you have to decide where your allies are. That's why I was feeling factions with this card here, the Two of Earth. You're feeling like you have to choose one or the other. And it's funny because we have this next thread, which is the desire to bring everyone back together. But coming from that desire is this delusion that everyone can be back together. And what I'm feeling like is that you're caught trying to reconcile irreconcilable. I can't even say it. I'm not reconciled to say it. You're trying to reconcile irreconcilable. You're trying to reconcile two forces that don't want to be together, that are antagonistic to begin with. Apparently I can't say that word today. Okay, which brings us to our next reading. Our next flow, which is the Seronis, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles, which is a lot of energy, a lot of information coming in. It's like information keeps coming in more and more and more from that kind of cosmic source, from the external. And it keeps coming down, and that King of Pentacles comes forward with the manifestation on the earth. So you keep this, everything keeps streaming through. Can you give me a color for this energy? Magician. So you're seeing, again, that manifesting idea. You're seeing the power of truth being manifested. You're seeing the will of other people being manifested. So it's not necessarily, I take back that truth, although, so it's personal truth, right? Which is connected to personal willpower. So you're seeing personal willpower being affected, but sometimes that personal willpower, the desire to do just what that person wants, what someone wants, is coming at the expense of others. Okay. So before we jump to the extended, is there anything else that we need to talk about before we jump? Five of Earth. So be aware. Now, is this advice? Where is this energy coming from? This is a warning about isolation, Pisces. What isolation can do to you, what isolation can do to others. When someone feels isolated, they start to behave and act in ways that are not true to them, but can be harmful to themselves and other people. So as you're feeling yourself being caught between these factions, keep that in mind, that when someone feels isolated, that when someone feels that they don't belong or that they have no place, there's going to be a consequence for the entire group. There's going to be an energy consequence for the whole group. I was just talking about this in a dark way with my partner the other day, that, all these shootings that keep happening, and he was concentrated on the experience of the victims of the shooting, but I was more concentrated on the shooters, saying what gets them to the point of feeling so isolated that they want to do harm to other people. Why is that? So this is along those lines, maybe not as dramatic as in someone's going to lose their life, but possibly, because when people feel cut off and isolated, they take life. They feel like life is taken from them and they want to take life. So Pisces, what we're going to do is we're going to go deeper into what does this mean? What does this really mean for you? What does this mean for this group? What does all of this mean? We're going to go into that in the extended. So if you'd like to follow me over, link is in the description below. And we'll be doing these readings once a month to start off with. Always would love your feedback. I will keep doing other kinds of readings throughout the month, but Astrology for Growth readings once a month. So I'll see you next time, if not over on the extended.